Hi everybody. Today we are going to see a Python program to create a pandas data frame. So what exactly is a pandas data frame? First let us understand what is a pandas data frame. A data frame is a you can visualize a pandas data frame to a spreadsheet or a SQL table. Pandas is a two-dimensional data structure, whereas series is a one-dimensional data structure. Pandas is a two-dimensional data structure with rows and columns. In order to import pandas data frame, you need to first import pandas library. So this is how you are importing pandas as PD. Okay. There are multiple ways to create a pandas data frame. First is how you are going to create an empty data frame. The second is using a list or from a list how you are going to create a pandas data frame, or from a dictionary how you are going to create a pandas data frame, and from a list of dictionaries how we are going to create a pandas data frame. And the fifth one is using a zip function how you are going to create a pandas data frame. So I'll be explaining all the five different ways. In five different ways we are going to create a pandas data frame. So let us start with the first method, creating just a empty data frame, a data frame which doesn't contain any values within the rows and columns. How we are going to do it? So first we'll be calling pd dot data frame. We'll be calling the constructor called data frame. So when you call this my underscore data frame, or let us short it out with df, my df, we are trying. So we created an empty data frame using data frame constructor without passing any arguments. We are trying to store it back into my underscore df. And let us just check. So displaying the data frame, my underscore df. So let us run this. Displaying the data frame is an empty data frame, columns, index. So this doesn't contain any values. That's how this gave you an empty list. Okay. So now how you're going to, the second method is how you're going to create a data frame using a list. This is nothing but you can visualize it as a one dimensional array. Okay. Or a single column, because we are trying to pass only a list of values. So my list equal to, so let us give some strings, some keywords like Python, program, and as data frame. So this is my list. This is my list with a set of strings: Python, program, pandas, and data frame. This is my list. So how we are going to create a data frame with this list? So we'll be calling the same pd dot constructor, data frame constructor. The only difference here is we'll be passing the list. Which list we are trying to convert it into a data frame? My underscore list. So we are trying to pass my underscore list as an argument. So this converts the list into a data frame. So how this looks like, we'll just give a print statement. So my df list. So displaying the data frame, or we can say that we created a data frame from list, right? So we'll write created a data frame using a list. Run this. So created a data frame using a list. So as we already discussed, all the Python data structures like list, tuple, series, and data frame are all zero based data structures. That is why this is zero based. Python is stored at zeroth location. Rest all continues. The more values you store in the list, the more the series goes starting from zero itself. Okay, the more the values. And if you could observe, the column name is zero, as we didn't mention any column name. If you want to mention a column name, there is a possibility by passing another argument to the data frame constructor. So I will just put a comma here. Column is equal to, suppose if you want to say, mention it as a key terms. What are the key terms in the program we are discussing? So what we are discussing, the topic Python programming to create a pandas data frame. So what are the key terms means? We say Python program pandas data frame. Okay, so just, that's why I'm just giving a key terms as a column name. So how I am giving columns equal to key terms, I'm trying to pass it as an argument, and we are trying to store it in my df list. Let us run this. Created a data frame using a list. Key terms 0, Python, program, pandas, data frame. If you could observe, instead of 0, now it appeared as key terms, as we passed the column name as key terms. Whatever the name, if you are interested, according to the program requirement or developer problem state, according to the problem statement or according to the requirement of the program you are doing, you can mention the column name. This is the second way to create a data frame. And as I said, if you could observe, this appears as a single column or a one dimensional array. As we are giving only a single list, we are trying to create a data frame from a single list. Then the third way to create a data frame is from a dictionary. And as we know, a dictionary is nothing but a key value pair. A dictionary holds key and value. So my underscore dictionary dict equal to, let us pass it as an arguments. So this is our empty dictionary. If you want to create an empty dictionary, this is how we are creating the empty dictionary. So within that, you want to create a keys, like let us name the employee name. Let us create an employee dictionary. Okay, so this is my employee dictionary, so I'm just naming as my dict underscore emp employee name. So you can give the employee names here. I am giving emp1, emp2, emp3, comma. So the next is emp id. Let us give emp id. The emp id can be 101, 102, comma 103. So this is how our this is how our dictionary looks like. Let us place it in a list, because it is not a single key value. We are giving a multiple. We are associating a list to a key. So the key is employee name. So this is an employee dictionary with two keys. The key is emp name. It holds a list of three employees. The another key is employee ID. It holds the values of three values, three integer values. Okay, this is our employee dictionary. So now how you are going to create a data frame. So my data frame using a dictionary. So same pd dot data frame of my dict underscore employee. So this is how is the we are trying to create a data frame from a dictionary. So let us just display it. We are trying to create it. We created a data frame from a dictionary, right? If you could observe, this is a single dictionary. So our expected output can be employee name will be the column name, employee ID is the second column name. These are all the rows, respective rows. This is how we expect our data frame to look like. Let us run and check. So now we are interested in created a oh sorry, I just need to give my df dict my dfdict. Let us run it. So created a data frame from a dictionary, emp name, emp id. So as it is zero based, we are not changing it any longer. We are keeping it as such. So 0, EMP1 101, EMP2 102, EMP3 103. If you still want to extend or add one more row or so, we can do so in the dictionary itself. So let us take EMP4, EMP5, 103, 104, 105. So let us run this. And if you could try to, there is one more method called as dot shape. There is a method called shape, which we'll be applying it over a data frame to know the dimension of the data frame, which means how many rows are there and how many columns are there. So let us just, for our understanding, let us know the shape or dimension of data frame, employee data frame or data frame. So how we are doing it? So we need to call first the data frame, my df dict dot shape. Okay. So this is the shape. We are running it. So 5 by 2. So if you could observe, this is what we created a data frame from a dictionary. So our employee name consists of 5 employees and employee ID with all this. EMP, EMP1, 101, EMP2, 102, EMP3, 103, EMP4, 104, EMP5, 105. And the shape or the dimension of a data frame is the 5 by 2, which is nothing but it consists of 5 rows and 2 columns. If you want to add one more row, one more column, so the same way we are trying to create this data frame from a dictionary, we will be adding one more key value pair. So let us take age. So age is the key with a list of 5 values. It should hold the 5 values. Okay. Because as it is 5. Let us not make it more complicated. We'll just give all the 5 values. So there is also case if we don't give, there is something like not a number or some issues are there, which we'll be discussing later on. Let us keep it simple. So let us give 10. Let us give the age as 25, 35, 43, 37, 29. So I gave 5 values. So our expected output is going to be in the data frame will be EMP name, EMP ID, age. These will be the 3 column names and all the 5 rows will be arranged horizontally and our expected shape could be 5 by 3. Let us check it. Did I do something wrong? Yeah, I just need to give a comma here. Let us run it. Okay. Created a data frame from a dictionary. EMP name, as I said, EMP ID, age. These are all the column names. And as such, we didn't do any changes, so zero based. These are all the 5 rows and 3 columns. That's how the shape or the dimension of a data frame is 5 by 3. And then, so now we created this data frame from a single dictionary. If you could observe, this is a single dictionary with 3 keys: employee name, employee ID, and age. And every key is associated with a list of values. Employee name is associated with 5 string values. Employee ID is associated with 5 integer values. Age is associated with 5 integer values. Okay, so this is what is a single dictionary. So from this single dictionary, we first created the dictionary and then we tried to call the constructor and we passed the dictionary as an argument and we created it. For our better understanding, we just called upon the shape method. What is the fourth way of creating a data frame from a list of dictionaries? When you're given two dictionaries, if you're given two dictionaries, how you're going to combine them together and put it in a single data frame. So now let us take my list of dictionaries. Or let us take first dict 1. Sorry. Let us take a single dictionary one. So this is a dictionary. This is an empty dictionary. Just giving the EMP name as a key, and I'm giving E1. Okay. In this dictionary itself, I'll be trying to give my EMP ID. This I'll be giving as 101. This key, let us give it as a string E1 or EMP1. Okay. Let us also give one more key, age. I'll give some 10. Okay, not 10. Assume he should have been 25 years. Let us also create second dictionary. My underscore dict2. The same way, you need to give the same keys. Assume you are taking the same keys, only the values differs. Okay. So EMP name. So the second employee, the employee ID is going to be 104. Need not be 102. I am giving some random value. Age is going to be 35. So I created two dictionaries. As we said, from a list of dictionaries, let us list them up. So my list of dictionaries. So equal to. So let us put my dict1, comma, my dict2. This will create a list of. So print. How you are going to create a data frame? My df underscore from a list of dict pd dot data frame of my list of dictionaries. So let us display to check how this data frame looks like. Create a data frame from a list of dictionaries. So created a data frame from a list of dictionaries. Okay. So emp id. Oh, I just passed the same value. Let us take this my df list dict. EMP1 10125, EMP2 10435. Okay. So first we created dictionary 1 with employee 1 details and dictionary 2 with employee 2 details. We just ensured that they both are put together within a list. Okay. So my list dict, and we are trying to pass this to the data frame constructor. So this is how we are created a data frame from a list of dictionaries. If you want, you can add one more dictionary also. Maybe let us take my dict 3. So my dict 3, let us take into with the same key. Let us, as I said, let us not make it more complicated. We are expecting employee name, employee ID, age as the column names. So we'll take that values itself. So I can take the employee name is emp3. Employee ID is going to be 102. The age of the employee could be 28. And then we need to add the mydict3 here. So now, when you add the mydict3, this is how it appeared. Let us run this. So if you could observe, created a data frame from a list of dictionaries EMP1 101 25, EMP2 104 35, EMP3 102 28. So this appeared like a data frame, right? This is a data frame itself, which is a zero based one, and employee name, employee ID, and age. If you want, you can change the key values here and change your data frame look. If you want, you can still more add more and more dictionaries also. It is up to you. So this is how we created a data frame from a list of dictionaries. Then comes into the fifth method called using a zip function. So what exactly is the zip function does? What zip function does is, given two lists as a parameter to a zip function, it will give a it will coordinate both the first elements of the two list, second elements of the two list, and third element of the two list. So let us first create the list first. First list, let us create um, let us create a list first. My list of emp name. My list of EMP name is equal to, so our name, let us give the names of the employees. EMP1, EMP2, okay, and then EMP3. Let us create one more list with EMP ID 101, 102, 103. So these are the two lists. Okay. So we are trying to create a data frame using our zip function. Okay. So zip function, what exactly zip does is this will put these two together, EMP1 and 101, EMP2 and 102 together, EMP3 and 103 together. Okay. So let us just go step by step. Print off and let us put that in a list. That's why I'm passing a print. Zip off my list of EMP name, my list of EMP ID. Okay, so let us run and check. We are not create. Please assume, please mind, we are not creating any data frame. Just we are trying to understand the zip function, so that we'll get back to the data frame again. First, we need to understand zip function. So now, so this is how our zip function looks. EMP1 101, EMP2 102, EMP3 103. If you're going to add one more employee or two more employees, EMP4, EMP5, 103, 104, 105. So let us run and check this, how this looks. So this is how it looks. Okay. So now anyhow we got a list now. Okay. How you're going to change this list to a, so I'll just store it back into my underscore zipped list. A list which we got from after zip operation. Okay, after doing some list. After applying the zip function, the zip function values will be stored back into a list. This is my list. So now as usual, so now this is nothing but a list. If you could observe, this is nothing but a list. Once we got a list, we can easily convert it into a data frame. Okay. The only change is we need to name them as a columns. Column name should be mentioned. So it will look like a data frame. A regular data frame with an employee name and employee ID. So how we are going to frame it now? Same way, my df underscore with a, you're trying to create a df using a zipped list. So pd dot, we are trying to call the data frame my zipped list. Okay. The thing is, now you understood how the list look like, right? This is how our list look like. So now we need to name each column. So for that, we'll be, as I earlier said in the earlier thing also, we added as an argument columns equal to something like this. So as there are two values here, like MP1, 101, we'll be naming them with the two columns. This appears as a two columns. So we'll say columns equal to, so we can give employee, as we are aware that first is an employee name. The second is EMP ID. Now we are trying to print it. My zipped list, my DF zipped list. If you want, just for our understanding or for your understanding, just let us check the shape also. Okay. My DF zipped list dot shape. Maybe you'll get a 5 by 2. Okay, let us run this. So we'll just move down to the what we are interested, and also we didn't change the display statement. So created a data frame using zip. Let's run this. So this is a data frame using zip. So now we got our data frame with an MP name, EMP ID as the EMP name is the column name, EMP ID is the other column name, 5 by 2. This is a 5 rows and the 2 columns one. Okay. So this is a data frame with a zero based. So these are the 5 ways you created a data frame. So this is an empty data frame and I created a data frame using a list. This is similar to one dimensional array and created a data frame from a single dictionary, okay, with all these key value pairs, and again created a data frame from a list of dictionaries. This is how it appeared using a zip function. So these are all the 5 ways we can create a pandas data frame. There is also a way to create a data frame from a dictionary of pandas series. We can see it in the next video. So for more programs like this, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.